Game came down to finish. Down a score right there. We're running the ball really well and throwing an interception on that drive. They turned it around into points right away, and the game got away from us there. The message to the team was just consistency. Can we just play consistent football, still working through all the issues that we need to work through, but can we keep taking steps, where you come out of a game and you feel like, there was balance to what we were doing, had a better day on third down, which allowed us to get into our run game and hit some passes down the field, but it's about the finish, and we have to be able to do that.
You referenced the interception. How deflating was that for the defense? And is this defense in its current state, does it almost need the offense to be perfect?
For all of us, it's definitely, hard when we get into those situations in a one-score game, and we just got to finish. There's nothing else to say about it than that, just finish on our terms and be able to, punch that in and get a 2-point opportunity there and turn it into a game. So that's something that we got to continue to learn how to put a full game together.
Dave, you talk about complementary football all the time, and when the defense is giving up 35 to 38 points per game, and there's that lack of margin for error for the offense, how can you go to the offense and then expect them to be perfect in that type of scenario?
You just play football. You just keep playing ball. We have a mix of our plays. We're looking at the pictures in between drives and seeing, what's available for us, and we just got to keep playing ball that way. That's just what it is. For my mentality for our team, we try not to make big assumptions and judge the game based on what happens in the course of it. We just got to go to the next drive. We got to be ready to just continue to play football, and that's the discipline and mentality that we have to have.
You mentioned that on that drive, Tuba was running the ball well.
Yes.
It was 2nd and 8. Was that a design play for Andy to pass that, or what happened there?
Yeah, it was just as we were running the ball really well, and as we're doing that, that's when you get to mix some of the passes and things in there, and we just have to make sure we execute right there and finish.
As someone who commits himself to the run game, how difficult is it in particular when your defense can't seem to stop the run, struggles to stop the run?
Yeah, we just got to continue to improve those things. Look at the film, see where the voids are at, and the techniques and the things that are happening there. And that's what we'll do tomorrow. We'll get to the film, and we'll just try to keep taking the next step for our football team.
How encouraging is it to see Xavier and Coker respond the way they have to their early reps?
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see those guys, to see the investment, to see the work that they've been putting in come to life. Guys that we're counting on to make plays, they made their plays that came to them today.
Hey, Coach Hubbard, he had what you call maybe an adventurous first half, but he came back 92 yards and 4 straight runs at the beginning of the fourth quarter. How much confidence do you have in him?
Yeah, it's our system, and that's the way that we play our football is can we continue to play our style of football late into games, and it was playing out just the way we wanted it to, and we got to finish.
Are there any other buttons that Jarrell can push? You guys have had so many injuries over there. What more can he do, or you guys as staff do to help this defense?
I truly believe we go to our concepts, we play our system and our concepts well. Guys got to fit together. We got to play team defense and stop the plays that are there to stop, and I truly believe that. Jarrell believes it, and we're going to go right back to the film. We're going to watch it. We're just going to attack the fundamentals and the basics because that's what we got. If we can just make the story as simple as that, can we get better at our fundamentals, just the basics of what we're doing and how we fit in different type of run styles. And that's the challenge for us, is just to keep taking that next step and improving our football.
Dave, it seemed like it was one of the louder crowds that you've had as head coach, at least at home. Did you kind of feel like the energy kind of came out after that interception, that final one?
Honestly, we just focused on, okay, what mode are we in now? How do we attack this? What are they going to play in these situations? And just kind of accumulating and gathering information and do that. That's really the focus for the whole group, is can we just go to the next drive? Can we keep working until there's no time? And that's what we were trying to do.
What did Andy say he saw on that interception?
We haven't talked specifically about all that. And, of course, like those conversations, I won't, air out for sure.
What did you see on the play? It looked like Terrell had pretty good coverage on Ian.
He made a great play. He made a great play on it.
I know Taylor, how did Yash do today?
Yash had a solid day. settled in some early things, and he settled in and played fine football and gave us a chance, with the run game and the pass game, as we went into the second half. So I was really encouraged by how that group settled in and played together as the game went on.
You haven't challenged a lot of plays, but to come out with the Trevin Wallace fumble, how was the communication on that? Who is the person that reviews that in the booth, and then how was the communication there with Trevin?
Yeah, it was great. They let me know really early, like, this is close, and anytime it's close, it's worth the challenge, and it costs you a timeout in the first half. Those are the opportunities you just got to see if they can take a second look at it, and Falcons did a great job of trying to go fast in that situation, so I knew I was going to have to make a decision there, and George Lee was upstairs, had a good look on it, and gave me the information I needed, so we challenged it, and I was happy to get that.
The 2-minute drive at the end of the first half, it seemed like everything was in a rhythm. How different are those drives for Andy as opposed to the more scripted drives?
It's just great execution. These are the plays we run, and we just ask these guys to hone in on the details, especially in those types of situations where you get a little bit more coverage. The defense certainly is clued in, and Andy found some plays with his legs, threw to some guys. We were fortunate enough to get down there tight and finished it in the end zone, which is great. And these are things that we work on all the time. So there's I was fired up about that, obviously, and knew that we were doing a good enough job moving the ball.
A week ago, you brought Bryce in when the game was kind of decided.
Yeah.
You let Andy stay in this time. Is that more of an affirmation, a confirmation of him maintaining his starting quarterback?
Really, for me, we're always having those conversations. Again, I'll keep those conversations that we have private, but in that situation, I wanted Andy to just finish the game.
Will Andy be your quarterback this upcoming
Yes, Andy will be playing against the Commanders this next week.
You've been talking for a while about finding your identity. The identity the last couple of weeks has been pretty much what we saw tonight, it felt like. Is this kind of what the identity is going to be for this season, you think?
Absolutely. Starts with the run game, the mix of the passes. Were we perfect on every drive? No, but it felt right. It felt like we could get into our calls. We could be aggressive at the times when we could, and we could count on the run game when we needed it, and to be able to, drive the ball all the way down the field with the mentality of running the ball is fantastic. I mean, that just felt so right, and the defense was getting worn out, and we just kept hitting those runs, So those are things we got to be able to finish. One more. All right. Thank you.
Talk about the late interception and what went wrong there.
Yeah. I think if I would have let it go a little bit earlier, I think I probably could have had him. But, he made a great play. I tried to get the ball down the field. And if I could go back and do it again, I would have checked it down and kept that drive going. That was a big drive for us, and especially with the momentum that we had at that point. That one hurt us and set us back, and that's on me. I got to make better decisions in that moment.
The way you were running the ball, it created a play action shot there for you. Was that the best shot?
Yeah, again, we're going to look at it, and like I said, I think if I would have, you know, I moved a little bit, and if I wouldn't have moved, if I would have just been able to throw it in rhythm, then you know, we'd be talking about the chunk play that we got there rather than the interception. But you know, it's on me in those moments, especially at that point in the game. I feel like we had a ton of momentum going our way, and that's why this one hurts.
Despite the way the drive ended, could you just talk about the run game and how Chuba and Miles are able to have a good, I guess, synergy in the backfield?
Yeah, it's kind of been that way this whole year. The run game has really set up a lot for us, and our guys up front are doing a great job of, you know, giving them lanes to run through, and those guys are running hard. And you know, we got to keep building on that and keep doing things. And you know, in those moments when we need to run the ball, I feel like we've been able to do that. So we got to keep it going. It's been a big positive of what we've been able to do offensively.
Talking about building, could you talk about Xavier Legette too? Kind of give him that high point ball, he goes and gets it. How have you seen him progress throughout this season?
Yeah, that's the thing that he can do. That's part of his skill set. You know, give him one of the things that he can go up and make a play, use his big frame, athletic ability, and go make it. So, you know, in that moment, it was a great 2-minute drive of getting the ball down there and him making a big play in those moments. So I feel like there's going to be more opportunity for him.
At the end of the first half, Coach is calling timeouts to get you the ball back before halftime. Was there a confidence in that moment, and does that drive kind of show what it could be?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we've been able to do some good things in 2-minute drives this year. And for us, I mean, it's an attack mindset. You know, we got to find ways to keep scoring points. And, you know, we set ourselves up and put ourselves in a good position to do that in that last drive, and guys were making plays. And, you know, it's when things are going our way and when we're playing the way we can play, I mean, it shows what we can do.
Any more for Andy?
Appreciate it.
Thank you.